Welcome to the NFC East Unleashed podcast, where your team doesn't have to be in the NFC East, but it sure does help. I'm Griffin Sabunia, joined with my co-host Amir here. And wow. Today was weird. And
So
this whole
far, it's been weird. It's still 9:07 p.m.
I don't know, some could happen like 12. This whole weekend was weird and
Wild.
unsettling. Um,
Yeah.
anyways, how the heck are you? I hope you guys enjoyed NFL Sunday, Monday, Thursday. Um, I mean, do you just want to get into what happened today first, and then
I mean, yeah,
we'll go from
anything,
there?
honestly. Just talk football.
So this morning, kind of an obvious one. Devontae Adams has been sent to the New York Jets for a conditional third round pick that can be made into a second, which is what the Raiders wanted. Gets Devontae Adams back in Green Bay. And I like this move for the Jets, but this still doesn't kind of answer a lot of who their identity kind of is. They got
It's a
Devontae
bunch of old
Adams.
heads if you don't add like Brees Hall
Hmm.
and like Garrett Wilson, but they have one of the top offensive talents in the league right now. I mean, they had that before too. I mean, they had
Hmm.
Sauce Gardner, Brees Hall, and sorry to interrupt you, but they had like Sauce Gardner, Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson, and honestly, now getting Devontae Adams, the pieces are coming together, but
Yeah,
right when you like you said, kind of like the Bengals. The Bengals have an amazing team. They have an amazing offense.
amazing
Don't get
offense.
me wrong, but right now the Jets are 2-4, and we'll get to our Week 7 predictions really soon here. But do you have all the weapons or gems now? Can you make those gems into diamond 4K karat gold, or is it just going to be rusted by the end of the season?
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, Aaron Rodgers is, 40 years old, so he doesn't got a lot of time left. And
I mean, obviously,
but this poses a question of what's going to happen to
Mike
receivers
Williams.
like Mike Williams, who has not been having a good season. The Jets
Yeah, I
obviously
mean, he
have,
hasn't even been playing. I think this is like his
yeah,
second
this
game
third
back.
game, second, third game, but obviously he came off that ACL surgery
Yeah, so,
that ended his season
but I
last
mean,
year.
and something else to be looked at. The Eagles, or not the Eagles, the Jets have officially let Hassan Reddick look for a trade.
Yes, yes, I did see that. I was going to get to that.
I thought
Um,
it was fake because I thought he already requested a trade, but I guess he like
He
declined it.
did, but the Jets would not let him, and now the Jets are just like, okay, you're not gonna show up, and we don't care.
Yeah, and
Um,
they just said bye or
I
trying to
would
say bye.
now if I'm putting at a logistical point, I don't think that the Cowboys would trade for Jerry or not Jerry Jones, Hassan Reddick. Sorry, Jerry Jones has been all over the news today, and it's low key killing me.
Jerry
Um,
Jones. Oh wait, yeah. And
okay,
like you said, for me, I just don't see Adam Peters doing it because, like he said when he got here, he said he wants to build through the draft and supplement through free agency. I didn't know what supplement means. I searched it up, and it actually means adding finishing touches.
mhm.
So he wants to get young people, and I know Washington fans, they're gonna be crying for a trade to happen, potentially on the D line, receiver, or even corner, most likely, hopefully.
Well,
But you guys have to realize one thing is that Adam Peters, he's not going to go out there and get a 30-year-old D end who's still very capable of playing. But for a price of a very high draft pick, he's going to want to build through the draft and kind of like let how that John Newton pick looks a lot more better now because now Jonathan Allen's out for the season. So we
mhm.
get to really see our second round rookie, who I'm really excited about. Mike Sanders, our corners playing good, who our rookie corners playing very better than he did the first 3 weeks. And then we have also another promising rookie coming in who Washington loves, this front offense love, Jordan McGee, who should and I'm hoping he does play week 7 against the Panthers.
Yeah. Obviously Jonathan Allen, believe he's on season-ending IR. I
Yeah,
don't know
I
exactly what happened to the
torn
injury.
pec.
On Peck, okay.
Yeah. And so apparently I don't
During
really
during
think
the game?
yeah, I don't
Uh-huh.
think anyone's gonna trade for him now, which is kind of sad to me. But it kind of like looms into what can Adam Peters do for him in the offseason. I mean, if a team trades for him and we get a third round pick out of it, I'll be fine. But just are you really gonna give up a third round pick or even a fourth round pick for a guy who's injured and is turning, I think, 30 next year.
Mhm.
Jonathan Allen's a very solid player. I'm a Washington fan. I'll give him where credit's due.
I give him credit too. I think Jonathan Allen's a really good player.
But when you look at it, a torn pec's not good. That's like pretty much it's the same amount. It's this Adam Peters said it's the same. It's gonna take the same timeline as a torn ACL. So
I
depending on how long that takes, but at least we get to see potentially or hopefully times 1,000 the future of this D line in Johnny Newton.
Yeah. And then I mean kind of backing off the injury thing really quick before we go into the next trade. Just this happened during the Cowboys game, but this is not related to the Cowboys, but ah man, you come into Dallas, you may get a big win,
Griffin,
but you gotta
we have
lose.
another trade to talk about.
What?
Oh my god,
Wait, hold on.
dude! It's on this like app. It says breaking: the Commanders are trading for cornerback Greg Newsome from the Cleveland Browns for a conditional third-round pick. Sides are still working on a deal, but should be done in the next couple of hours. A huge splash to Washington secondary.
Wait, whoa, 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 wait, what? This happening right now?
Like literally right now.
Hold on. I haven't seen anything yet. We're gonna come back to that in a second. Um,
Oh my god, I'm so
hold on, hold on,
happy.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Dang.
What app is this one?
Greg Newsome got traded to the Commanders for a third round
Hold
pick.
on, hold on. We don't know this yet. Hold
Yeah,
on.
I'm joking.
Ev-
Anything happened, but
Okay.
nothing happened. I wish.
You can't do that and like have something go up. All right, man. But yeah, going
I
back
hope
to
a trade
the
happens. I hope a trade happens during the like episode. I really want that to happen.
yeah. Um, but I mean, prayers up to Aiden Hutchinson. That's just
Yeah,
something
I mean
you do
that's
not
just
want to see.
awful,
That
man. I
guy
mean,
was gonna probably win Defensive Player of the Year.
he was monstrous. I mean, like what? He had like 6 sacks in the game.
They said you can't come, yeah, something like that. I think it's 4.5, 3.5. So you can't come in Jerry's world and expect to go out happy. Obviously, the Lions didn't. Prayers up to Aiden Hutchinson, though. I hope he has a speedy recovery. And the second trade coming in a little bit kind of in the afternoon. The Cleveland Browns sending wide receiver Amari Cooper to the Buffalo Bills for a third round pick and I believe a seventh. Bills
Yes.
really needed this. They needed that wide receiver one.
They needed a lot, and honestly, Keon Coleman's a fan favorite right now for Buffalo. I think he's a fan favorite in the whole league.
Mhm.
But you can't put a rookie receiver out there and a fourth round, I think a fourth year receiver who hasn't been playing a lot. He's been your team slot since like 2022,
Mhm.
and now you go out there and get the Bills team has really been playing amazingly. I think they're like what, like
Should be 4-2.
4-2 or like
Hmm.
something like that. We'll double check right now.
Yeah,
But
they're
yeah,
four and
four
two.
and two, first in your division by like 2-3 games. And now you go
Hmm.
out there for a bag of chips, honestly, and get
Yeah.
a very good, accomplished receiver to help Josh Allen and honestly let pressure off your rookie receiver who's still going to get a lot of targets and be
Hmm.
involved. But now Josh Allen has Amari Cooper, and the Browns might even sell more. Honestly, you don't even know.
Yeah.
There's reports that they're willing to blow it up in their secondary too. Hopefully, one of them goes to Washington.
Mm,
Hopefully, we'll get to
this.
that later.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, for Cleveland, they're they have no, they have
Cleveland, tank the rest of the season. You're gonna get
they're
what's his
like
name?
they're like the Panthers to me, and I know the Panthers are way worse talently, but the Panthers don't even know if Bryce Young's their quarterback one of the future.
Panthers might be better than them. Browns wide receiver run now is gonna be Jerry Judy.
I mean, hey,
Panthers might be better than the Browns.
yeah, but I mean, like kind of what I'm saying. They don't even know the Panthers don't even know if Bryce Young is going to be their quarterback one of the future. Quite frankly,
Hmm.
but I mean, I love this move. I'll probably say it again. I'll probably say it like 50 more times until the trade deadline ends. But I love this move, and really excited to see how this Bills team does going forward.
Hmm. Yeah. Talking about
Especially one more thing, especially in a very lackluster division right now.
Hmm.
I mean, you have the Dolphins with their starting quarterback and two like key defensive players. The Jets, who are struggling for now, hopefully. Well, right, they're struggling for now at least. And then obviously the rebuilding, not so good Patriots, which is was honestly kind of expected, I think, from everyone.
Yeah, that was definitely expected. In terms of kind of trading, now we got, obviously Devontae Adams, who I don't know if he's.
Oh, Griffin, one more thing for your Cowboys. I just got a notification, my Bleacher Report saying Jerry Jones, Cowboys won't be active during trade deadline.
I'm not even surprised at this point. Like I already saw that like multiple times. I'm not even surprised.
Oh, one more trade we have to talk about. One more.
Hmm,
Well, I don't know if you said your thoughts yet, so you can say your thoughts. Then I'll announce the last trade.
is it the Minnesota one?
Yeah,
Nah, well, it's not that important, is it? Cam
I mean
Akers.
it's still a trade though, right?
That's fair. All right, Cam Akers went to the Minnesota Vikings for like a 7th round pick. Cam Akers was there obviously in 2022.
Running back
Hopefully,
depth, honestly, running back depth. I mean,
yeah, get some more help for Aaron Jones, who
yeah,
hopefully
he's
gets
probably gonna
better.
go out on IR. But I mean, the
Oh,
Texans had a very, very, very deep uh running back room, and just getting whatever you can for him is honestly kind of fine. As
Damien
yeah,
Pierce hasn't been that terrible. But yeah, my thoughts kind of going into the trade. Obviously, I don't know if Devontae Adams is going to be the one or the two. My guess is I really hope he's a two. Hmm, Pardon me, I'm a little bit sick. Um,
you're good, bro.
I don't know if he's gonna be the one or two because if I feel like what happens is if Garrett Wilson dips to the two, we're gonna see kind of a decrease in production from him. So I really hope Garrett Wilson stays as the one. I love Garrett Wilson. I think he's one of the most underrated receivers in the league. And I obviously Devontae Adams one of the best, but I do think because of his age, it's gonna drop him down maybe a
Yeah,
slot.
definitely.
And obviously, Mike Williams, Jesus, has not been performing as well. He slid down on Monday Night Football to allow that interception on accident against where Aaron Rodgers threw that where they needed to
Wow,
get the ball.
it's been very busy. Breaking
Oh,
by Jordan Schultz. Giants All Pro left tackle Andrew Thomas is feared to have suffered a
yeah.
serious foot injury that could require season ending surgery.
Yeah, I saw that. That's not that
That's
good
a
for the
big
Giants.
blow for the Giants, but a very good news for us. But again, wishing a speedy recovery to Andrew Thomas and hope all does end up well with him.
Yeah, I mean you got Andrew Thomas and then obviously Kayvon Thibodeau on IR, who I bet you were screaming about because he was on IR because of how much crap you talked to him. Um,
Yeah, frick him.
but yeah, so obviously with Monday Night Football and that Alan Lazard Hail Mary touchdown that I thought was pretty cool. I didn't think he caught it at first, but I do think that we will see Mike Williams maybe being cut now with the fact that this, which I mean sucks because I think Mike Williams is a very underrated player.
Yeah, I mean honestly, but like I don't know why they don't want to have three receivers. Like I get their offense is a very what's it called? A very thing team. But the more talent you have, the better. I don't know why they want to let him go, but I mean
Well, we
it
don't know
does
if they
make
do, but
sense.
I do think that they will because of the fact that Alan Lazard has
Well,
been such a
here's something.
key.
Sources: the Jets are planning to make Mike Williams available for trade. It's
Okay,
a 1 year deal, so
yeah,
I guess like I wouldn't mind the Commanders hopping on this. Honestly, I mean it's a 1 year deal. Maybe restructure his contract. Boom, you got a very nice safety valve for Jaden Daniels. But I mean it's a 1 year deal. It's kind of like what's it called? What's that word again? Oh my god, I was just hearing someone saying it. Like not an emergency, but like a rental, a rental,
yeah,
a rental for any team honestly trying to make a push and just need some depth. I mean, he's a very good tall receiver. I mean, 6'4", big dude. And I
um,
mean, it's just and like Jordan Schultz saying, it's just a crowded receiving room, honestly.
Yeah. Well, when you look at the Bills and why, I'm coming into they were trying to get Devontae Adams, obviously, is what I heard from insiders. Um,
Yeah,
but Devontae Adams had about 11 million that they needed to pay, and Bills couldn't do that. So that's why they looked towards Amari Cooper because Amari Cooper took a pay cut before the start of the season. And I believe
yep,
his cap was at like 600,000, which is like the Bills are like, that's an easy one. But in terms of the Cowboys. I know Jerry Jones has talked about not being active during the trade. I really don't think that's a good idea. You have people out here who are, you can trade for Mike Williams, who can be a solid, kind of a two to help out CeeDee Lamb. I also looked on Blogging with the Boys, my new segment podcast where I talk about all the Cowboys news and stuff weekly. We I discussed about a couple trade candidates, free agent signings. One of them was Travis Etienne Jr. from the Jags, who has not been as consistent this year as Tank Bigsby has, the backup to Travis Etienne, and they have been
yeah,
giving Tank Bigsby more touches. Another one I talked about was Xavier Howard, who's a free agent still. He was on the Dolphins last year. He was a very solid corner. He's about 31 years of age, so he's not, like terribly old. He's like a Stephon Gilmore kind of guy, which who the Cowboys had last year. So I'm thinking, pick up Xavier Howard. You kind of have that
yep,
replacement for Stephon Gilmore. And then another one I talked about, I heard about a lot today, is because these trades have been happening, D Hop. D Hop's value in trades has kind of, lifted. So if the Cowboys want to make a move for, kind of a veteran wide receiver and another playmaker, I think D Hop could be the move. Obviously, Tennessee's in shambles right now, and I don't know how much D Hop is going to want to stay there. Also, on after the Titans game, Calvin Ridley was very expressive about his thoughts of how he has
yeah.
not been getting the ball a lot. So I think that the fact that they paid him that much money means that, maybe they're looking to trade away DeAndre Hopkins and give Calvin Ridley the, receptions and the touches that he's not getting.
Yeah, that makes sense. And honestly, I'll go ahead and say a few candidates for Washington. I mean, again, this is an NFC East type of podcast,
Mhm.
and honestly, for the Commanders, like I said earlier, I'm kind of looking at it like this: Adam Peters has a image. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Like I was saying, Adam Peters has an image. That image right now might be 4K resolution to him. But as us fans who don't know what the image is, it could be blurry or it could be non-existent. But
Hmm.
I think you're gonna have a sense, and I'm saying this before I give a few trade candidates and free agents to sign. But I think with 122 million and for right now, at least 10 draft picks, five in the top 100. I think we had six in the top 100 last year. But
Uh-huh.
right now, five in the top 100. This guy or Adam Peters, he's gonna want to build in the draft. He's gonna take the best player available. Kind of
Yeah.
like what he did. Kind of what he did, like Johnny Newton. He was like projected to be like a top 20 pick. We got him at 36. We didn't need a defensive tackle whatsoever. But in cases like this, kind of like Jonathan Allen, now we get to see our rookie sensation a bit. Well, I'm not going to say sensation, but our very, very promising rookie very earlier than what we thought. I mean, we thought maybe after like week 10 when Allen's traded, but now he's gone for the season.
Hmm.
So and now Allen's future really gets like into depth. But prayers to Jonathan Allen, great guy. But
Yeah.
right now, for me, I mean, obviously there's the obviouses. I mean, obviously T. Higgins.
I was gonna say T. Higgins is
Yeah,
kind of
I mean,
surfacing up there with a guy who looks like he does not want to be in Cincinnati a lot anymore.
yeah, like there's the obviouses. T. Higgins, Hassan Reddick, I'll even throw him in there. J.C. Horn, Greg Newsome, Denzel Ward. I mean, screw it. Even I think a very thing one is Marshawn Lattimore or
Ooh, Marshall Lennon was a ball. Wow, that's nice.
Paulson Adebo.
Also the
He's
Devo.
he's one of the I think Saints' youngest corners, and it's very showing out promising. But honestly, like I said earlier, if Adam Pierce doesn't do crap, then I'm not gonna be like Cowboys fans and start throwing a tantrum about it. respectfully, sorry about that, Griffin, but
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna throw it because I know what this guy's doing. A
Okay, well,
hundred.
you don't have to throw fits because your people actually do something. When you have a guy who has the biggest ego that I've ever
I
seen
know he does, man, and it's so fun for me to
that
see
isn't
this.
Josh McDaniels, then it's just annoying because he promises you all these things and just doesn't give them to you.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, like I was saying, I mean, I pray for you guys, really,
Trust me, if Jerry Jones was your GM, you'd be screaming in a pillow just like me.
but thankfully he's not. So,
No.
but then honestly, I mean, obviously, if I'm Adam Peters, I'm looking at Carolina, and here's why. You know, you want a receiver, and you want a corner. Why not give a second round pick and potentially like a Jamin Davis or Emmanuel Forbes? Let me finish. I know Emmanuel Forbes is pretty buns, but let me finish.
Manual.
You get you
Okay.
give them not promising, but you give them a developmental corner, and you're getting J.C. Horn and Deontay Johnson, a very solid receiver,
Wait,
honestly,
wait, wait, wait. What's this trade? J.C. Horn to Deontay Johnson for who?
for a second round pick. It's a trade deadline. Come on, buddy. They're gonna
For
have to sell it.
Emmanuel Forbes and a second round pick?
And a conditional third. We
I
have
get
three.
J.C. Horn, but I'm gonna tell you right
Yeah,
now,
probably
I
not.
don't think they give up Deontay Johnson, man.
I
That guy's
mean, the
been
dream scenario is any Browns corner and or T. Higgins. But honestly, I think he's gonna get like under the radar guys that can help us. Like kind of like how I said, maybe like Marshawn Lattimore, although that's not very under the radar. But like Greg Newsom from the Browns,
I think
Paulson
Greg Newsom
Adebo.
would you be I think Paulson Adebo's not gonna go anywhere. I think Greg Newsom would be your best chance.
Yeah, I hope it's Greg Newsom or J.C. Horn. Anyone young that has breakout potential, I want on this team. And then for DNs, I mean, we're dealing with a lot on that D line, honestly. Dorrance Armstrong, I think he's out for a couple of weeks or should be out. I mean, he posted a video or picture on his Instagram with him attached to a serum. So
Okay.
that that's not very promising. But I mean, Jonathan Allen now leaves. I think now we don't have a competent like DN to start. So a DN could be in the pictures, but I mean, and honestly, before I say this, speaking about the end, Dan Quinn said in his presser, we're going to be looking to add at that position, which you never know. Dan Quinn has 2 weeks, and so does Adam Peters. But honestly, like I said, just those guys might be fine. Or maybe under the radar guys, like signing
Yeah.
like Terrence Marshall, who got released by the 49ers a few hours ago,
Okay.
or just like you said, Xavier Howard for a rental, think who should be relatively cheap. And
Yeah,
then
he should.
and then honestly, like any like decent veteran the end, honestly, because I just think Adam Peters he wants
Well,
to
you talk pardon me. Sorry for
wait.
interrupting, but
No, what'd you say? You cut off, so I couldn't hear what you said.
no, I just coughed. You brought some guy up from or you signed someone to the practice squad
Yes,
who's a
he's a
DN.
former.
He's
No, it
former
was a
Cowboy.
defensive tackle.
Oh, D tackle.
And I mean, yeah, just an extra
Holy.
body. Honestly, I don't see him starting as a Commanders fan. Honestly, well, he shouldn't start because you have Deron Payne,
Yeah.
who you're paying $90 million a year, and Johnny Newton. And honestly, I think Johnny Newton. Hear me out. Hear me out. I think Johnny Newton, and we'll definitely come back to this, but I think Johnny Newton gets his first official NFL sack on Andy Dalton on Sunday.
Yeah. Speaking of Sunday, I think we should go there. Amir, I think I went 11 I'm pretty sure I went 11-1. I
I
almost
went,
went 12-0.
I went 12-0. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think you did.
No, I went,
You went oh you wait a minute.
I went. I think 11-1 too, because I think I remember, like when I was watching.
I went wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven,
Hold up, wait. Let
eight,
me
nine,
check too,
10,
because
10-1, 11-1, 12-1.
hold up, shut up, do it in your head. God damn it, Griffin.
Oh, okay, I got mine.
Okay, hold up. So I picked the 49ers, obviously. 2-0, 3-0, 4-0.
Do it in your head, Amir. Anyway, guys, I went
I went 12-2.
Yeah, I went 13-1. Obviously, my one loss being to the game I'm not going to talk about because I already talked about that on my other podcast, the Lions game. But yeah, good weeks from us both. The best weeks we've had so far.
Amazing
We
week,
can
honestly. It
top
was
it
really nice.
here. And we got Thursday night football and a Sean Payton reunion. Oh, really quickly, hold on. I want to talk about the potential fact of a coaching change for the Cowboys midseason. I do think there's a possibility could happen. I don't think Jerry Jones is going to do it. But if Mike McCarthy is not going to do his best, especially after this bye week when the defense should be a lot more healthier, I do expect to see maybe a coach firing, and maybe that means Al Harris becomes our interim head coach. And I think Al Harris is a great dude. I
Wait,
think
wait.
Al.
What'd you say? What happened to your coaching staff?
No, I'm saying like if we tank, if we like are doing really bad after the bye week this week, then we could see a Mike McCarthy fire, and then maybe Al Harris coming
Yeah,
up.
I mean, hey, I'd love to see Al Harris. He's a
I
guy
think
that
Al
I wish
Harris is
Washington could
is
have
a
gotten.
dog.
I mean, he's amazing.
And I mean, obviously, he's not gonna have that offensive mastermind thing, so you're probably gonna have to call up like I'd say like quarterback coach, wide receiver coach. But I do think that that's a possibility. One of the head coaches I really want to see is either remind me of Flores up in Vikings, the defensive coordinator there. I'd like to see him. I'd like to see the Lions offensive coordinator, even though that one's kind of a stretch. Where I won't get too heavy on that. I'd also like to see Bill Belichick. I had him on my radar for a long time. I don't
Oh,
think I want to see Bill Belichick. Just because I feel like a more younger coach would be better for right now, because especially because we've had a team with a bunch of old white dudes. But yeah, moving back to the predictions. Broncos traveling down the big old dome to take on the New Orleans Saints. Broncos. Defense played good last week. Didn't see a whole lot of this game. They lost to the Chargers at home 23-16. I think the offense was really the problem for
offense
them.
stalled.
Yeah.
Offense stalled.
19 for 33, two touchdowns, one interception for Bo Nix. So not a terrible game for him. Two touchdowns were caught by Cortland Sutton and Troy Franklin. Defense played a lot better. They had a couple sacks.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
hey,
two.
it was a closer game than the score says, but
And a
I think,
pick from Nick Bonito.
yeah. Who are you picking in this game? Oh,
So
yeah,
at first, I was gonna go with the Saints, but
yeah,
the Saints, like week 4 or 5, I was gonna go with the Saints. Week 5, I was gonna go with the Saints. They lost to the Chiefs. They lost Derek Carr to an oblique injury, which makes me want to take the Broncos. I think that this Broncos defense is gonna be the game changer to compete with that, Saints offense. Obviously, Spencer Rattler. And Spencer Rattler looked great. Obviously, the Saints did lose. All 27 of their points coming in the second quarter, which I thought was crazy. I was like, how do you do
yeah,
that? And obviously they lost to the Bucks. 51-27, the first 50 piece, I think, of the year. Um, Spencer Rattler, he went 22 for 41 touchdown, two picks. Obviously, this is his first start. Alvin Kamara, I think that run game probably just needs to get a little bit better. And that obviously this is a big one. Chris Olave out with a concussion. Prayers up to him. Hope he gets healthy.
yes.
Uh,
Um,
but
so you're
yeah.
picking the Broncos?
Yeah, I'm taking the Broncos for this one. I think that defense is going to help out a lot, and I think the Broncos get the win on the
I
road.
think I can say that for the same thing for the Saints, but it's probably going to be another ugly Thursday night football game. I
Yeah,
want I want one good Thursday night football game. Because I think for like last like ever since like this all Amazon Prime stuff happened, I think
yeah,
there hasn't been like an actual good Thursday night football game. I don't know why, but it just hasn't been good.
yeah. Did you know that
Um,
every team in the later slate, every away team in the later slate of the from the later slate onwards won? That's crazy.
yeah, I know, but like I was saying, yeah, again, I think this is the first career start for Spencer Rattler.
Well, second.
Well, yeah, second. My bad. I forgot if you started
You're
that or not. But
good.
his second, it wasn't a good showing, but clearly the Bucks are a playoff team. The Broncos aren't, but the Broncos have a very good defense. So are the Saints.
Well, I wouldn't count the Broncos off yet. What are they? 3-3.
Yeah,
Everybody had
they're
them
not
being
doing
0
bad.
and 6 right
They can
now.
be like a decent, not decent. They could be a playoff
And
team, but
for saying that Bucks are a playoff team and saying the Broncos are not, remember what happened? Broncos destroyed the Bucks. So I don't know.
yeah,
I
but
don't
I
know,
mean, hey,
man.
you never know. But
I wouldn't count them out just yet. But
yeah, I wouldn't either. I mean, I think Bo Nix is playing fine, and he's only going to get better. But honestly, yeah, like you said, I just think Patrick Surtain against whoever, it's not going to be good for Spencer Rattler, especially when you have like three solid corners on the Saints defensive on the defense, and with Demario Davis there, yeah, just not going to be good.
okay.
And yeah, give me the Broncos. Although again, like I said last week, which for my last week predictions, which I wasn't on, 50-50 game, anything can happen. But give me the Broncos. Why not?
Yeah, moving on to one of the worst games I've ever seen. Week 7, back in London for the final time, where the New England Patriots take on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Who the?
And I don't know who's gonna watch this game. I probably will because I mean it's
Yeah.
9:30 a.m. and it goes straight into afternoon football. Jaguars. Ugh. I honestly, if they lose this game, Doug Peterson's not getting on the plane back to Jacksonville. Doug Peterson is
Oh
gone if they
yeah,
lose
but
this game.
honestly,
Jags lost this one to the Bears 35-16. Trevor Lawrence actually had a better day. 23 for 35, 234 yards, two touchdowns, one pick. Tank Bigsby, again, that rushing game had a little bit of flaws. Evan Ingram had the most yards, 10 catches, 102 yards. Gabe Davis caught both the touchdowns, his first two as a um Jaguar. And then when you look at, I have the Jags winning this game, but this is a sneaky game because the Patriots, Drake made it
yeah.
look all that terrible. Obviously, they were going against a juggernaut in the Texans, but I mean, 20 for 33, three touchdowns, two picks. Obviously, the picks he's got to work on.
Give me the Patriots.
Oh, we got an upset here. Here we go. Yeah, so I'm taking the Jags. I think that the Jags will get the win. They'll save Doug Peterson's job for one more week. And Amir's going with the Patriots for some reason.
I'm just going to say it. I think this Patriots team. I love Brian Thomas Jr. He's going to be a very solid player in this league, a very amazing player in this league. But I mean, I just think Christian Gonzalez is going to have a very good game. This defense is.
Christian Gonzalez.
I
Uh-oh.
mean, there's not a game breaking player on this Jaguars team, and that run defense for the Patriots isn't that bad. But I mean, I just think I can't trust Trevor Lawrence for some reason. It's gonna be that kind of stinky game where like it's like 23 to like 16 a win or something.
Oh, don't worry.
But
The games are going to get even worse as we go on through the season. God, some of these
yeah,
games this week are trash.
yeah, I can already tell. I mean, I just saw. But yeah, give
Like,
me the Patriots. I just think Drake May is gonna be good, and it's gonna be kind of like an uplifting game for the Patriots, I guess you can say.
yeah, moving on to the 1 o'clock slate, and this one should be pretty easy. You got the Titans in Buffalo. Titans coming off of a close loss to the Colts. Obviously, this game was really bad.
Yup.
Levis, 16 for 27, 95 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Tony Pollard ran for 17 attempts, 93 yards and a score. DeAndre Hopkins led the team in yards with four catches, 54 yards.
Yes, he
Defense
did.
was able to pick off Flacco looks like one time, Amani Hooker getting it.
Let's
Leading
not waste our time.
tackler was L'Jarius Sneed, actually. Oh, good
Yep.
for
Let's
him.
not waste our time.
Yeah, I'm not
Um,
going to. This should be the Bills easy,
I'm not. Yeah, I mean the
unless,
Bills. Again, I said I'm not a Titans believer. Give me the Bills. Thanks.
yeah, unless
Especially we'll
somehow,
be looking at Amari Cooper, the first look Amari Cooper Bills. I'm here
yeah,
for it. I'm
yeah,
here for it.
I'm here for it as well. Moving
But yeah,
on
next
to
game.
our next game. Game of the week here. You got the Detroit Lions taking on the undefeated Minnesota
Oh my God, I
Vikings.
didn't even know this is a game this week.
This
Holy.
is this might be game of the week. Vikings obviously on the bye, they were able to, hopefully rest up their players. I
I can't
think
tell, man.
they're gonna get this should be the game with TJ Hawkinson's return. I don't know though. I don't know. And obviously the Lions um defeated their
Okay, okay.
opponent.
Well, speaking of TJ Hawkinson, I have some news for you guys.
Oh,
TJ Hawkinson is trending towards playing, but there's a big chance head coach
probably wouldn't.
head coach for the Vikings will maybe make him a lot limited,
Yeah.
but
He
he
should
would
be limited.
still he would still get some reps, but maybe
I
in the next couple of weeks he will be 100% back for the Vikings.
I think he's going to be limited a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Lions got their big win against a pretty bad team,
Against the Dallas
47 to
Cowboys. Say
9.
it loud and proud,
And
Griffin.
and and yeah, they just beat a pretty bad team, but that was a terrible win for the Lions. They should, be ashamed of themselves because they tried to make an offensive lineman catch the ball twice and failed every time. This is a pretty 50-50 game, but I'm gonna take the Vikings to keep the undefeated streak alive. I think that Vikings defense finds a way, especially when you look at Jared Goff, right? He doesn't move out a lot, right? Jared Goff likes to take sacks. Okay, if he can get the ball out quick, that's good. But when he doesn't, it's gonna be a problem.
Oh my
And
god, bro!
that
I don't know. I'm
Vikings,
gonna trust my gut.
hold on, that Vikings pass rush has been deadly for mobile quarterbacks. Obviously, they got to Aaron Rodgers multiple times. They got to Purdy, got to Stroud, and all those quarterbacks. I'm taking the Vikings here, but I see this kind of being maybe an offensive shootout, but maybe the Vikings defense steps up here.
Oh boy, I'm taking my gut. Going to take the Detroit Lions.
Oh,
That's my gut. I know my gut is most of the time wrong, but my gut is saying the Lions. If the Vikings are 6-0, then historical start for the Lions.
send them to the Super Bowl. Just give them the
But
pass.
I just think this Vikings, this Detroit offense is too good, and I just think they're going to score more points at the end of the season or
Yeah,
at the end of the game.
running
Give me the
flea
Lions in this
flickers
one.
on them. Obviously, the Cowboys are on a bye this week, so we're not going to talk about them a whole lot, even though I'd really like to. I honestly don't want to talk about them after their 47-9 loss against Detroit, but you can go watch Blogging with the Boy or Breaking Down the Boys, sorry. My newest podcast out up on this channel. Moving on to a really 50-50 game where I could see this going either way. I don't know about you. You got the Seattle Seahawks traveling to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Seahawks crapping the bed as they always do. They've lost three straight now, sitting at 500. They lost
Yup.
to the 49ers on Thursday Night Football. Geno Smith, 30 for 52, 312 yards, a touchdown, and two picks. Kenneth Walker, 14 attempts for 32 yards. Got to get that run game going, I'd say, for them. Tyler Lockett led the team in receptions, Tyler Lockett led the team in yards, 65 for four catches. Their leading tackler was Julian Love with seven tackles. And then obviously you got the Atlanta Falcons coming off of a nice win against a relatively easy team in the Panthers. Falcons have won three straight. They beat the
Yup.
Saints by the field goal. They beat the Bucks in overtime. They whipped up on the Panthers. Hey, Bijan Robinson, man. Hey, Outer Banks changed that man.
I'm taking that. I'm taking the Falcons. I'm sorry. I'm taking the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm taking the Falcons as well.
Falcons.
19 for 30, Kirk Cousins was. Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier combined for over 205 yards, and they're
It's gonna
leading.
be that run game for the Falcons, I think. And Bijan Robinson, Tyler Gill, they're very unstoppable. And the Seahawks running defense is not that good. It's gonna be time of possessions battle. And I think AJ Terrell versus DK Metcalf is gonna be an amazing thing to watch.
Yeah.
But give me the Falcons, although again, like you said, 50-50. Whoever wins can't get mad at it.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Falcons for right now. I think it really depends on the Seahawks' health and seeing who they who they have available on uh defense. And obviously that was part of the reason why they lost San Francisco. So I will also take the Falcons here. Moving on to a divisional game. You got the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Cleveland to face the Browns without Amari Cooper this
I'll start with
time.
this, man. I'll start with this. Um, it's.
Did
I
we
mean,
have to start with this? Do we even have to spend a minute thinking on this?
I'm taking the Bengals.
Divisional games are weird though.
I
I
know
will
I'm taking
point
the
out.
Bengals, but here's why. If the Bengals lose this game and they're
Bengals lose the game, T. Higgins is out. Like, T.
oh
Higgins
yeah,
might be out. Zach
easily.
Taylor might be out. Like, you're looking at potential
It might be
huge
a
things if the
blow
Bengals
house.
win this game
A team that
or lose this
this
game.
might be this probably the most interesting game for the Bengals. It could honestly decide their future. Honestly, they might be the first team I think in NFL history to have a like top five quarterback, top eight, top five receiver in the league, a very solid receiver, and then fire coaching staff. I don't get it, but if it does happen, then my goodness, is that gonna be a flipping? It's gonna be a bomb. It's gonna be a bombshell there. But
Yeah.
for the Browns, honestly, the same thing. You're 1-6. You want to do the draft picks you can. Greg Newsome, Denzel Ward, please come to Washington.
No.
But like I was saying, it could be a firehouse for the Browns to mean whoever loses this game, it could be a firehouse for the other team. It really could.
I I'm just saying, Kevin Stefanski, for winning Coach of the Year last year, you look like an idiot starting Deshaun Watson still. You keep saying you're gonna start Deshaun Watson. Look what happened.
Report came out today. I don't know if you're inferring with the same one. He's still starting Deshaun
Yeah,
Watson.
yeah. This came out like yesterday. He was like, I'm still gonna start Deshaun Watson. I think he gives us the best
Taking the
chance.
Bengals. I think you can agree. Let's move
Yeah,
on.
taking the Bengals. This one. Okay. I had the Eagles. Dude, the Giants, there's a chance here. Eagles at Giants in
I
MetLife
can't
Stadium.
tell, man.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Eagles and Giants
This
one
is
PM
this
game,
is this is this is this game might be hell. Like Giants
dude.
sometimes have the Eagles number. Hey,
Dude,
that
no, literally, you don't
Giants
even understand. Like, I could you not. Literally, Eagles and Giants 1 PM games. It's either like 35, like three for the Eagles, or it's like 35-33.
yeah, it's
It's
weird.
so annoying to predict. But I mean, I'm still gonna take the team with the more talent, honestly. Now I'm hoping the Giants win.
Yeah, I'm
Although
hoping
I
we're
hope
wrong
I
here.
never have to say I never have to pray either of two teams in my division win. But I'm gonna take the team
Well,
with more talent and
uh-huh.
give me the Eagles regardless.
Well, you saw on Sunday Night Football, obviously with the Giants losing to the Bengals. Um, hey, that defense looked good without Kayvon Thibodeau there. Obviously, Brian Burns had a huge
I mean, they
step
have a
up.
guy in there, Aziz Oshalari. He's playing lights out. I mean, correct me.
Yeah. And I mean that Eagles offensive line, Jalen Hurts has fumbled the ball a bunch of times because that offensive line has not helped him.
Well,
I
this is what I mean.
really want to take the Giants here. I'm
Yeah,
taking the Eagles, but the Eagles almost lost to Cleveland.
I
Like
know.
if they didn't get that touchdown or that catch with AJ
Did
Brown,
you
they
see
would
the
have
part
lost.
where? Did you see the part where Nick Sirianni started talking trash to the Cleveland Browns fans?
Yeah, I never
Like,
liked Nick Sirianni to begin with.
dude, my dad, my dad's like 50 years old. We were watching like the bonus coverage of the Eagles game, and he's like, Amir, I'm like, what? That he's like, this coach for the Eagles, he just has a punchable face. I'm like,
Seriously. You see his new haircut
I
too.
know. My dad's like, Dad, what do you mean? That's not nice. Like, no, he just has a punchable face, man. He just
Yeah.
does.
Taking the Eagles here.
I
Hopefully the
know.
Giants do
But
win.
I think the Giants could win it. Oh, they're also gonna get Blake Neighbors back. So
Yeah, yeah. So that's a gamble. Moving on
yeah.
to wow, this game sucks.
But I'll say one more thing for the Eagles. If Daniel Jones and Malik Neighbors have a very good connection, like let's say Malik Neighbors goes for like 10, 150, two TDs, there's a chance the Giants sneak out with the win, I think.
Yeah. This next game's trash. You got the Miami Dolphins taking on the Colts. Colts. Next. We don't even have to talk about this one.
Yeah, give me the Colts. Bye. Next one.
I mean, jeez. You got
Bro,
the
low
next
key,
one.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I low key forgot the Dolphins are a football team.
I did too. I'm not even lying.
I'm not lying to you. They're 2-3. I just haven't heard Tyreek Hill's name once this season.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens when you leave the league in receiving yards. You dip down. Moving on to another good game, potentially another game of the week. Finishing off the 1 o'clock slate, you got the Houston Texans taking on the Lambeau Demons.
This is gonna go 50-50. And this is the game. This is the game as a Texans fan I circled before I did my season predictions. This game I thought was gonna be amazing. I mean, you have Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, Jaden Reed, this player, that player. Believe it or
Now,
not, on my fantasy team, there's four or three
yo, Nico
players.
Collins is dead crap selling my fantasy team right now because I have him almost every league and he's on IR.
He's injured. It's not his fault. Dude, you think you're
Mm.
gonna hurt my feelings? I had CMC. I had Rasheed Rice, Nico Collins, Trey McBride, freaking Kenneth Walker.
Um, okay. Now, my take on
I'm
this game.
taking I'm taking the Texans.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a while, but like I was saying, I on my fantasy team, I have like three people, 3, 4 players on in these two teams that are starting on my fantasy team. So I'm hoping it's a fun, good game and there's actually points scored. But yeah, the Packers don't look 100% right now. They
Yeah.
don't, and
Well,
I think the Texans are gonna go to 6-1.
yeah. See, at first I had the Texans. All right. I switched it up last week because of the Collins injury, but I'm still gonna take the Texans here. I agree with you in the sense of the Packers are still not, nearly as they're still trying to find themselves and complete it after that Jordan Love injury. But the Packers did play good against the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, they're the Arizona Cardinals, so I won't give them, a whole lot of credit, but I'm gonna take the Texans here, but this is a very 50-50 game. 4 o'clock games. Here we go. This game is garbage. Like genuinely trash. You got the Las Vegas Raiders. First
Oh
game
my.
without Devontae Adams, taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Cooper Kupp in track to play this game. Don't know so far yet, but I want to take the Raiders here just because if Cooper Kupp does not play, I think that Raiders team is going to get the benefit of the doubt. But they're again, this is a very 50-50. You can't predict this game.
Yeah.
So I'm taking the Raiders. Amir.
I don't want to predict this game. I don't want to predict this game at all. But I mean, I guess honestly, I'm just gonna throw a prediction out there because we have to for games you don't want to decide,
Uh-huh.
and I'm just gonna pick the Rams.
Oh,
Screw
okay.
it.
Uh, Next game, 4 o'clock game again. You got the Carolina Panthers taking on the Washington Commanders.
No thoughts. Give me the Commanders by like 25.
Oh, I got a thought. All right. Give me the Carolina. I'm just kidding. Give me the Commanders.
I was about to
Jeez.
say, dude.
Oh no, I mean, there's a chance that if the Panthers win this game, I'll be very happy. But given the Washington Commanders, actually no, I want the Commanders to win because I'd rather have the Commanders win the division than the Eagles.
Dude,
Given
if our defense lets the Panthers and Andy Dalton score more than 20 points this game,
I'm gonna laugh.
I'm gonna literally start rioting.
Good. So yeah, Commanders pretty easy lock here.
Yup.
Final 4 o'clock game.
Yo, Griffin.
Uh,
I just realized something. This is the one time or one game for the Commanders game we've both agreed on.
yeah, yeah, because you picked the Commanders, and I was like, no, the Ravens are gonna lock you up, and look what happened. Like the Browns or the Eagles are the only team in the NFC East to beat the Browns by less than 5 points.
Yup.
Like, that's how you know the Eagles suck. Moving on to potentially the also other game of the week. We got like 3 good games this week. Yeah, got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Chiefs on a bye this week, so they didn't get much done. Obviously was looking for probably Amari Cooper, but Amari Cooper was like, heck no. Bills were like, yeah, we're getting to you first. Uh, Niners get the big win against the Seahawks, who really don't make it a big win anymore. See, I don't like
If
the
you talk for the
49ers.
last 10 seconds, you cut out. So just talk again.
Okay. So yeah, obviously the 49ers got that big win against the Seattle Seahawks on Thursday Night Football. George Kittle looked good. Deebo Samuel's playing the lights out. Brandon Ayuk looks like crap. But as much as I want to take the 49ers here, I'm gonna take the Chiefs. I'll have the Chiefs go 6-0. This is the one time I actually picking the Chiefs, and this is the one time I'll see them go 6-0 because I don't
Who
want
are
the
they playing this
49ers to
week?
win. 49ers.
Tough, but the Chiefs always find ways to win. Give me the Chiefs. I don't care. Regardless, give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, Shanahan is cannot beat the Chiefs.
Christian McCaffrey's not playing still. And
Yeah.
honestly, I don't think I can trust
Hey, Ricky Pearsall might be playing after he got
I'm
um
happy for him. I'm really gonna be happy
yeah.
for him if he does play.
Yeah, I think Ricky Pearsall is very underrated. Moving on to Sunday Night Football, you got the New York Jets and Devontae Adams taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers still a little bit heated that they couldn't get Devontae Adams or Murray Cooper or Brandon Ayuk,
I
but
think their whole fan base is like reluctant.
yeah, now what was it? Cordero Patterson was talking about Mike Williams coming over. They were like, Mike Williams, you want to come for? This is a very
Bro's 0
50-50
and
game.
3.
This is in Pittsburgh. That's a very 50-50 game. I'm taking the Jets here because I think that now that Aaron Rodgers has Devontae, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to get that ball moving and hopefully not throw as many
I
game
mean,
winning or
honestly,
ceiling
I
picks.
get like here's one thing I'll say about the Jets. I get obviously, oh, it's the final set piece. They have Devontae Adams now, but I mean, come on, you had Alan Lazard, Garrett Wilson, a top offensive line talently. I mean, you're 11th overall
Hey,
pick.
Tyron Smith has been playing trash. I just want to say, Tyron Smith, if you want to come back to Dallas, we'll gladly take you. I mean,
I know, but like it says something when you're 11 overall offensive tackle out of Penn State. Who's really honestly arguably like the best like offensive tackle head to head with Joe Alt, but we haven't seen him play. If he's not playing for your team and not starting, that should just say something.
yeah.
But and then you have like Brees Hall, Brandon Allen, who's falling into a very, very solid RB2, a very much of
Uh,
a threat. Tyler Conklin, you have no excuses to be losing games like this. But
yeah.
now, if you get Devontae Adams and you lose again this week, oh, brother, there are going to be conversations held on this podcast about the Jets
Yeah.
that I will start lighting a fire under.
He's gonna be like, "Why didn't you come to the Commanders?" I don't know. Um. Okay.
And honestly, if they fix this like whole Hassan Reddick situation, they
Nope.
have
Hassan
a.
Reddick gets traded. I guarantee you.
I
I'm.
do too,
I want to
but
make a bet on it, but it's
but
so
let's
hard to
say in
predict.
a world he does stay, that defensive line is scary. They have Quentin Williams. I think they have Jermaine Johnson, who was very solid last year, broke out, and like we said, you have what's his name, Hassan Reddick, Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed, and then CJ Mosley, the other linebacker,
Uh-huh.
CJ Mosley, and I forgot the other one.
Yeah, I forgot the other one too.
But there are other very solid linebacker. Not to disrespect his name, but he's very solid. It's CJ Mosley, and I think it's like Jermaine Mosley. I don't even know. But
Something like
very
that.
solid linebacker, both two very solid linebackers, and a top safety group as well. No excuses. I don't know why they're 2-4, if I'm not mistaken. Can you double check that?
Jets are 2-4. Or Jets are 2-4. Yes.
I don't know why you're 2-4 when they should be second at most in that division, which I think they are. They're not second actually because the Dolphins are 2-3, so they're technically not second for now. But no excuses not to be second. And right now, the Jets are my most surprising failure of this year so far.
Yeah, I think they are too, especially for a team who came in with so much hype. Obviously they're gonna be without Robert Saleh for the second game in a row now. And so yeah, I'm taking the Jets. You're taking the Steelers.
No, I'm taking the Jets, but
Oh,
if
speaking of the Steelers, hold on. A little bit of drama during practice this week. They may start Russell Wilson for his first
yeah,
career
that's
start
so
against the
stupid.
Steelers. It's really
Why?
dumb.
That's like I don't know if you know who Nico Takes is or Elite Takes, but that's so stupid. Like I'll agree with this too. Why are you benching the guy who's younger and
Yeah,
gives you
he's
more to
four and
work with?
two. You've won. You're 4-2. You're above 500. You're
Like I don't get why you're benching a player who hasn't even been playing bad. Justin Fields has been getting the job done, maybe even better. I don't get
yeah,
why you're benching a player, a younger player
yeah.
that's giving you way more flexibility in play calling, running drills, like quarterback options. But no, you want to bench it for a guy who hasn't played hasn't played
A single
six
snap.
games of the week, the first 6 games of the season with an injury, with a very kind of serious injury. Like, come on, make it make sense. That's like the Bryce Young thing.
Yeah. So you're taking Jetson.
I'm taking the Jets, but boy, I picked the Steelers almost in like every single game this season so far.
Mhm.
But I just think, I mean, if the Steelers win, I would love that. Honestly, I would love for the Steelers to win, but I hope they win the game on defense, not offense. But
Yeah.
yes, give me the Jets. I guess I have to do Jets. I mean, too much
Uh,
offensive talent, I guess.
yeah. Moving on, we got a doubleheader for Monday Night Football. You got the Ravens and the Buccaneers, another pretty good game. Obviously, Buccaneers coming back to home after they had to leave early because of Hurricane Milton. Prayers out to everybody in Florida. Hope they're doing safe. And yeah. Ravens getting the win over the Commanders. Were able to stop his run. And yeah, I want to know your take on this game. Like, who do you think's
Both
coming up?
are
Because
four
this
and
is a
two.
50-50 game.
Yeah, both are 4-2. Um, if the Ravens do what they did to Benjamin St. Juice against Jamal Dean, which is a very better corner than who Washington has, but if the Ravens go out there, run the living crap out of the ball, then they're probably going to win this game. They probably are. But if Baker Mayfield has another game where he's 20 out of like 30, 2 TDs, 3 TDs, and no interceptions,
Hmm.
then it's going to go down to the wire. But I just don't know if you can really. I don't know if you can still call this Ravens defense the best defense of the league. Granted,
You can't.
exactly. Like I don't. I mean, there's
I
tremendous
think
talent.
Broncos have the best defense in the league.
There's tremendous talent on that defense for the Ravens, but I think we can both agree. I mean, Raekwon Smith, Kyle Hamilton, we can agree there's talent on that defense regardless.
Uh-huh.
But I just don't know, man. I just don't know.
I think that if the Buccaneers are able to combat the run, I'm taking the Buccaneers here.
I'm taking the Ravens.
Okay.
I just think
I'm gonna take the
this is
Buck.
the Isaiah Likely game for me. This is the get back Isaiah Likely game for me. I mean, your receivers might get clamped. I think Zay Flowers but like the one thing I like about the what's it called? The Ravens offensive coordinator, he's going to get his players open regardless. He's going to try and get open if
They're
shit's not
gonna try to
working.
get open, but I'm gonna tell you the one weapon for the Buccaneers who came back this week and had a great game. A 55-yard fumble return. Anton Winfield Jr. is gonna be the sealing deal and stop this Ravens pass game. I'm taking the Bucks.
I'm taking the Ravens, but again, it's going to be a very good game, and I'm really excited to watch this game.
Yeah, and then the final Monday Night Football game, final game of the
It's
week.
okay. I'll say this about this game: it doesn't look appealing on paper, or
I think
what,
this could be a really good game.
yeah, but it's a sneaky good
Now,
game.
I don't know
Honestly.
who's doing this game. Like, I don't know if this is a Joe Buck and Troy Aikman game or this is a.
I think the Troy Aikman and Buck game is the Ravens and Buccaneers, and this is just like a random, like,
Yeah, I don't know why it's like like I don't know why it's not the 7 o'clock one and
bro.
instead it's not. Oh,
I
probably
know,
because West Coast.
dude. Oh
It's
yeah,
probably
that's
yeah, it's
probably
probably because
yeah,
West Coast.
dude. A 9 p.m. game is like a diabolical, dude.
Seriously, the game's gonna end at 12.
It
It's
could
gonna,
no, it's
hey,
gonna
come,
end at
hey,
like
hey, 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 command or Cowboys Steelers, man.
it's gonna end at like freaking 1 a.m.
No, it's not.
Dude,
Commanders Steelers, I think it started at what 9:40, or Cowboys Steelers started at what 9:40 and it ended at like 1:30.
it
So
is
this
like
one should be
140. It was 145, and there was like still 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
maybe, I don't know. I see this game another 50-50. I'm taking the okay. Well, Marvin Harrison Jr. had an injury against the Packers. I don't know anything about that yet, but I'm gonna take the Chargers for right now. I think the Chargers look like a better team, and I think that they can exploit that Cardinals defense.
I don't know. I'm gonna take Kyler Murray though. I just think. I mean, I don't know, man. This week is so frustrating. I don't know who to pick for half these games.
Seriously, this week is weird.
But I mean, I can't speak on this game honestly. But I mean, it just depends. Is this gonna be the game where like the Chargers sneakily head to 4-2,
Mm,
or is
I
this
don't
gonna be the
know.
game where they go back to 500 and they're just like that 500 like team throughout the whole season, like below one game below 500, above one game 500. You know what I mean? Like that,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
mid 8-9 win team. But I don't know, man. I just don't know. But I mean, screw it. Give me the Cardinals. I mean, what do I have to lose?
Alrighty.
Wait,
So,
no,
oh,
actually, I want screw it. Yeah, Cardinals, Cardinals, Cardinals.
okay. He's taking the Cardinals. I'm taking the Chargers. And that's our week 7 predictions and our reactions to the trade and what we hope our teams do. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of the NFC East
Potentially,
Unleashed podcast.
potentially one announcement. Oh wait, we forgot to do our new segment.
Oh yeah, we forgot to do the bus segment or the what do we call it? I gotta go
The
look. Shoot, what was
I
it
forgot
called?
what it's called, but it's basically where we pick. I think the best game,
Best
sneaky
game.
game. I think, and we should also do biggest
The good, the
impact.
bad, and the ugly. There we
Yeah, the
go.
bad and the ugly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so you can go first.
So, okay. The best game I think of this week, I actually gotta look. There were some good ones. I would have put the what's it called? The Chargers, or not the Chargers game. The Steelers, or not the Steelers. God, why can't I think? The Bills and the Jets game, there weren't so many penalties. I think best game of the week goes to the Commanders and the Ravens. I think that is the best game of the week.
I thought okay. I thought we are doing it for week 7. Yeah, I mean, surely for
Oh, are we doing it for week 7? Do you want to do it for week
you
7?
want to do like after every
We'll do week
game.
6 and week 7. There
Yeah,
we
okay. So for week
go.
6, I think the ugly, respectfully, was the Cowboys game,
Yeah,
and the fun or nice was the
the
Ravens game.
bad, the bad. So the good was the ugly, or the good was the Commanders Ravens. I'll put the bad for the Buccaneers and the Saints. I think that
That was
uh
just ugly. That
that
was
was
just
no Buccaneers and Saints. I mean, you looked at it; it was back and forth for a good the first half, and then the
yeah.
Saints just
I
blew
mean,
it.
Grant, no. Wait,
Yeah,
what? The Saints had 27 points in
in the
the
second quarter. That's what I was
yeah.
saying. Is they scored 27 unanswered points in the second quarter.
It was 24-17 at halftime.
24
Then
20.
the
And
Bucks scored
then
a touchdown. Then they just scored 27 unanswered.
yeah.
I mean,
Um
I'll give that to the ugly, but only for the second half of that game, if that makes sense.
yeah, and then the ugly obviously goes to my game, Cowboys
Yeah.
and
All right, I'll do
Lions.
mines for this week first. The ugly granite. Oh, Raiders and Rams. And then the good, most likely the Vikings and Lions.
Okay. What about the
Hoping that
bad?
lives up to its hype.
Yeah. For the good, I'm gonna take the Texans and the Packers
I
actually.
would have loved to take that game as well,
I
but
think that game for the bad, I'm gonna take the Patriots and the Jaguars, and the ugly, I'm gonna take the Raiders and the Rams. And
uh,
that's gonna do it for the NFC East
that's
Unleashed
officially the
podcast,
end of the episode.
episode
I think 6.
5. Wait a minute. One,
Either
two,
6 or
five,
5.
five. Episode 5. Thank you guys so much for listening. We hope to catch you guys in the next one.
Sorry for and that's what I wanted to say. two things. Sorry for lackluster scheduling times. Me and Griffin have been getting a lot busier as the school year goes by.
Yeah.
So we might not be able to like do it. So we might have to like, alternate. That's why we posted for our week 5 or 4 predictions on on the account, which you should make sure to go follow it.
On
But
X, NFC, official NFC East Unleashed.
yeah. But and then so we're definitely still gonna try to make an episode every single week, bearing any like major setbacks.
Mhm.
And one more thing, what was I going? Oh, and if there's any great game breaking or league or like just important news that happens through the league, we should low key make an episode where we just go through injuries and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll probably like if anything ground game breaking happens, we'll try to get on here as like quickly as we can, get an episode out. Um, but obviously it's gonna take a little bit of time. This will be out. It's Tuesday, so you'll be hearing this on a Wednesday. That's it for me, guys. That's it from
That's it
Amir.
from Amir, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. See ya.
Peace out.